lovely people, you're welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn how to cut something. But before we go on, please subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. Subscription is free. Don't just watch the video and go. One of the ways you can help me grow this channel is by subscribing to it. Let me have your comments, like and share the video too. We are going to learn how to cut 4 pieces skirts, or as we say in Ghana, 4 corners slit or 4 pieces slit. That is what we are going to learn. Okay, so first measure 10 inches from this place. You can decide to make it 8, but I'm going to measure 10. And so 10. 10. Okay, let me take you through the measurement you are going to use. What we need for this is your waist measurement. Your waist, I'm using waist 34. Your hip measurement, I'm using 44. Then your skirt length or your slit length, and I'm going to use 40 because the length of this paper is 40. And since it's a pattern, we are not going to add any allowance to it. And so waist being 34, we are going to divide it into 4, and that is because it's 4 pieces, so we'll divide it into 4. If it's 6, you divide it into 6, and so we'll divide this into 4, and that is going to give us 8.5. We'll divide the hip also into 4, and that is going to give us 11. Okay, so that's what we are going to use to draw our pattern. Okay, we have a 10-inch line, and as I said, you can decide to make it 8. It's not strict that you should make it 10. That is going to determine how wide you want your flare at the down part to be. And as part of measurement, you need your waist to knee. Usually is between 18 and 19. So I'm going to make use of 18. If it goes beyond that, it shouldn't get exactly at your knee. It doesn't, you don't really get that fish shape you want. It doesn't look really that beautiful. So I'm going to make use of 18. If you are doing it on a fabric, you can use 90 so that the 1 inch will become your sewing allowance, or 18.5. So that's what we are going to use. Now we are going to take our measurements from this line. So from waist to knee, I'm using 18. So I'll measure my 18 here. This is my 18. I'll measure it here. And from my waist, this is my waistline. This place is my waistline. So from my waist to hip, I'm using 9. So it's usually between 6 to 9. You shouldn't go beyond 9. Okay. Okay, so our waist measurement divided by 4 is 8.5. And so 8.5, we'll put it here. If you're adding that to it, which is you are making it a skirt form, that, so you add 1 inch that, and that is going to be 9.5. And so place our 9.5 here. Then we come to our hip. Our hip is 11. We are not adding any allowance because it's a pattern. So this is 11. Then we come to the knee. Now when you get to where the knee is, this is 11. The hip area, you reduce it by 1 and make it and use it for the knee area. So instead of 11, we are going to make it 10. We are going to make it 10. You can even reduce it by 2, depending on how fitted you want it to be at that shape area, the corner area. Okay, when we come to the down part here, you will decide how long or how wide you want the flare to be. And so we are going to make this 15. We are going to use 15. We are going to use 15 for here. You can use 16, 17, any length you want. Okay, now we are going to join the points. So we are going to join the points. So we come to the from waist to hip. This is our hip line. Then we come to the shape from hip to the knee side. I'll turn my curve this way. You can also decide to use straight ruler, but I'm going to turn it. Okay. I'm using the curve to turn it. Okay. And so this is it. Then we are going to join from this to the 15 we measured. As I said, you can use any length you want, how wide you want it. So this is it. This is it. And when you come here, we are going to, from this place to this place, from this, that is where the knee point is. And so we are going to draw it to the 10. That is why I said it's not compulsory to make it 10. You can make it 8 or lesser than that, or even more than that, but I use 10. And so we'll join it to this place. And you can use 2 yards fabric for your 4 pieces skirt. So this is it. So this is going to be the middle. This is the sideways. And so when you cut this, you are going to use this to cut 4 of this. You are going to have 4 of these. Because there are no allowance on it, when you put it on your fabric, you add your allowance to it. And so maybe you can add ½ inch. Depending on the allowance you want, you can add maybe 2 inches or 1 inch. Let's add 1 inch. So 1 inch allowance to 8. So 1 here too. Then you come here to you add your 1 inch to 8. That is your allowance. Then when you come here, this is the middle. You are going to join to the other middle part. You just add ½ inch. You don't really need much here, just ½ inch to join it. And so you can, unless maybe you don't sew at ½ inch. So this is half. I have my half on the line. And so you can decide to cut it here. This is your allowance. This is your 1 inch allowance. So you cut it. So when you place it on your fabric, no need for adding any other allowance, but for pattern we will just cut it here. Let me label it. This is waist. Let me use waist, hip, and then knee. And so this is it. And so I'm going to cut it out. And so with this, you are going to get 4 of these to make your skirt. Now, if you get to the back, you will need zip allowance. And so instead of adding ½ inch at this area, you calculate your zip allowance, maybe 2 inches or 1½ inch. Then you add it to it. So get to this point, you just make it half. So my dear, this is this, and let's see how it goes like. Thanks so much for watching. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Don't just watch the video and go. Support me to grow my channel. Thanks so much, and God bless you. Bye bye.